Hello and welcome for the SPSS modelers. Well, we'll be building a stream, and I'd like to build a complicated stream. So you'll be we'll be using multiple modeling nodes. Then we'll be integrating models, which of course means that we'll be connecting the models to the source nodes, or maybe also to the records and field ops nodes. And then thereafter, we'll be building graphs and charts, and we'll be generating the outputs. So when I say generating output, what kind of output? We could also be generating the output in terms of exporting the CSV, exporting to the SAS or Excel file format. We could be generating the data audit or the data quality output. We could also be taking many other sort of outputs into consideration. Fine. So let us quickly launch the software. Right, where is it gone? Okay, it's launching, is it? Meanwhile, let us walk on to our data set. Oh, we are yet to get the data set. Fine. So, yes, we have the data set here, which I'll put in sessions SPSS modeler date 10. Fine. So, this is what we have. Okay, great. The software is logins and password. Right. So software is now getting launched. Right. So we launched the software, and fine. So we are working on a new project altogether. So let's click on File. We close this window. Right. Let's cancel this. Let's click on File, and we can open a new project also. So what happens if you open a new project? No, that's a new project that it has opened. I'm not going into the project. I would like to work on the streams. So we're creating a new stream, yeah, but we already have a stream here. So I'll close this stream as well. So the stream is already opened out here on the canvas. All we need to do is import the source data set, source node. So let's click on sources here. I click on Excel, right click edit. I'll now import the file from the stated location. So I'll come here on import file here. Let us go to live sessions, SPSS modeler, date 10. Whoops, and now we don't have anything on the MS Excel. So we're going to check if that is a CSV. Yes, that's a CSV file format. So we change that to MS Excel format. And we can see there is a good gamut of financial details. And most of these are from the US financial markets. You can see here SEC filings, that's Securities Exchange Commission. Although we don't need this column, so I'm going to right click and delete it. The rest of the other columns, right? Let's let's save this file as an XLS format. Save as XLSX. Yeah, Excel workbook. It's in the same location. Save it. Yes. Now I'll close this window. Right, so we have it over here. I can delete the financials of the CSV file format. Right click, scroll down, select delete, and it's gone. Fine, so let's open it. Yes, now we see here financials XLSX format. So I click open, and let us check on the filters. What are the filters? Do we need any filters here? No, I would like to have all of them. Why? Because I have multiple things on my mind. So it's something that I've not put anything on the presentation yet, but that's all right. We launch it. What are the types? Now here they're given as the types. Okay, three of these are categorical. Why are they categorical? Because they are numeric in they are not numeric in values. So and okay, price is also categorical. It should not be the case. It should be continuous. So right, let's read values here and see what comes up. Yes, I click OK. So all the values will come up over here. See now out here we can see that here these values are missing. And in case of continuous values, we can see that there are different values that are showing up over here. What next? Let's refresh it. So we are done with the filters, we are done with the types and the annotations we don't need. I click apply and I click OK. So we can see here this file name has now changed from financials to XLSX. And fine, so first part is done now. So let's open Microsoft presentation. Or my presentation. Some kind of a base design. And what do we intend to do on this design? Well, let us set out the project objectives. Project objectives. What do we intend to do? What are the data sets? Studying the data set. I'm doing both the things in parallel so that because running it on the software is not a difficult part. Setting objectives is slightly different. Objectives. And so let us go on the data set. And why here? See it in the software itself, right? Click on view data. So what do we see here? Well, we see here there is a great set of or a good chunk of data that we are seeing here. Close to how many rows are there? Around 400 or 500 rows are there. As it's 506 rows are there. And almost 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 columns are there. So 14 5s are 70. Close to 7,000 data points are here, of which the first 3 rows are not quite so relevant, really. But never mind. So fine. After this, let us, yeah. So we have the different financial data of all the companies that are listed on US stock exchanges. It's a price to earnings, dividend yield, earnings per share, 52-week low and high, the market capitalizations, and the earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization, price to sales, and price to book ratios. So these are some important parameters that are significant to any financial data analyst or any financial markets professional who wants to do any trading or build any portfolios. So that's the reason I've selected this as a project. Right. So with this, so let us conduct some analysis and its implication on the market cap. Okay. So what I intend to do is I intend to study the impact. What is the first objective? Study the impact of price ratios. Now, what is this? Price ratios. These are the 3 price ratios: price to earnings, price to sales, and price to book ratios. So I want to study the impact of price ratios on the stock price. So I'm clicking here. Study the impact of price ratios. Price to earnings, price to book, price to sales. Stock price. That is the first objective I have. Second objective that I have is to generate, how do I call it? Let us generate a neural network. Generating neural network on those shares whose market caps, not market caps, let's take their prices. If the prices are greater than, wait, let's see it. Okay, but whilst we try to generate the neural network, there won't be any issues in terms of the overall spreads. So that is not going to be a problem. But anyway, we'll want to generate a neural network on the given financial markets data, on the given financial markets. Of course, I have a third objective. So why have I categorized these objectives? Because I want to prepare one single stream in which I'll have three substreams. So all the 3 substreams, they'll be running the outputs separately. So that is what I really intend to do. So I'm closing this field, but I don't need it yet. And what is the third objective that I can prepare or work on? A dividend yield and market caps, right? Let us also study. Come, let's review the outputs and the exports. Export nodes is a lot of relevance. Let us also see as to what all multi-layer perceptron, right? We can use this. We can generate a multi-layer perceptron also. We've taken the neural network analysis over here. Let us also generate the multi-layer perceptron or implement multi-layer perceptron. For financials data. So these are the three objectives that I'm set. And of course, we'll be also generating the graphs and charts and all, but I'm not highlighting that as part of the, just for the discussion's sake. And I'll be doing here, I'll be highlighting here streams. So what is the first stream going to do here? What is the second stream doing, and what will be the third stream doing here? Centralizing it. So what will comprise of the first stream that I have? I'm just preparing, like, some rough sketch of what we'll do. So it will have a source node, okay, and then what will do we also intend to have for the first stream, for the first objective that we see here. We intend to study the impact, right? So there will be an output modeling node, which output modeling node that will come a little later. Output modeling node will also try and have an export node. Stream 2 file itself, which node will be using a regression or a linear modeling. We're doing it because out here also, in case of stream 2, doing something similar, except that the output regression modeling node won't be here. Regression or linear nodes won't be here. We'll be using here neural network. We're using a neural network node. The third stream is what? Same things again, except that we'll be using, well, let's see. All of these are the output modeling nodes. So we are trying to prepare a bit of a complicated output, complicated stream, wherein we'll be performing 3 different analyses on one single given data set. And not just the outputs, we'll also be exporting, and we'll also be preparing charts and graphs pertaining to those. So, right. Let's save this. Wait, where do we want to save it? We have more options. Page. Oops. Yes. This PC, desktop, sessions, SPSS modeler. Oh, sorry, that's a problem. I intend to save it. Right. So on SPSS modeler here, we can see live sessions, SPSS modeler, and on page 10. So, well, that's project. We are just preparing ground for which we like to operate or work upon, so that you'll understand at the later stage. So fine, quickly now, let us not get wasted too much. So the financials are ready. Let us insert sort node. So I'm putting in a sort node here. Right click out here. First things first, let us edit the data of the financials. The filters we are not having. We have already prepared the read values. So I click apply and I click OK. On the sort node, right click, edit. Fine. We need to select the fields, right? So which fields do I want to select? Well, price earnings, price sales, and price books. Why am I selecting only these three? Because these are the three. Yeah, we want, and also the fourth one. Sorry, on stock price, right? So we'll select one more field out here. We are selecting the four fields over here. Why are we doing this? Because we want to study the impact of price ratios. We don't need 1, 2, 3. We don't need symbol, so I'll delete it. We need to study the impact of these three price ratios: price earnings, price sales, and price book on the stock price. So that's the reason I've selected the default ascending order as default sort order as ascending. Optimization, we don't need to optimize anything. Data is pre-sorted, or we can leave it at that. Apply and I click OK. So your sort algorithm, your sort node or your record ops node is also attached. Thereafter, do we need to make any other changes? Well, I would like to introduce a regression model out here. So out here we can see there are no targets set. So let's set the target. I click on edit. The field. What are the custom? What is the target that we have on mind? Price. What are the inputs that we are throwing in? Price earnings, price sales, and price book. Click apply. I click OK. Model. Yes, we are leaving the rest of the default settings as is. Click apply and I click OK. So fine. This particular stream is, I would call it ready, but yes, it's there. And what output do you want to generate? Well, let us also conduct the data audit now. It might not happen. We cannot connect it from here. So I'll conduct a data audit as well. I'll also generate the statistic output for them. Right click, connect. So this part is now ready. Okay, out here we have 11 fields for which we'll be conducting the data quality audit. So this particular stream, the first objective is now set. Okay. We are yet to study its impact or prepare its impact, but that is something we'll do a little later. Now I can prepare the three streams separately also, or I can also prepare the three streams within one main stream. So that's what I'm doing here. Fine. So let us now move towards the second objective. It's rather simple, generating the neural network on given financial markets data. Okay. So I'm coming back here. Is there any field data that you want to have? Let's have a filter here. Okay. Right click, connect it. Why do we want to have a filter? Because there are not too many data sets that I want us to be working upon. So I'm getting rid of the symbol, name, sector. We are not interested in the market cap. Let us retain the market cap. Let us not take an interest on 52-week low. We don't need the price data analysis also because we are conducting the same already. Dividend yield, earnings per share, market cap, and EBITDA. Market cap also we can get rid of. So typically we'll be dealing with only dividend yield, earnings per share, and the EBITDA. Let's click apply. I click apply and I click OK. So you applied a filter, and now we'll be attaching a neural network output or the modeling node. So let's select neural network out here. No targets. So I click on edit. Let's come back here. So what are the targets that we want to set? The dividend yield. Okay. Does it get affected by earnings per share and EBITDA? These are the predictors that I'm using. Build options. We're building a new model, creating a standard model. So I'm sticking with the, we're using a multi-perceptron layer, multi-layer perceptron. Stop rules and symbols, advanced. I'm leaving everything at that. Model options, nothing really. Annotations, nothing. Click apply and I click OK. So this all is now ready. What more do we have? Right. And so what are the outputs that we wish to connect with the dividend yield? We won't be able to because it's a modeling node. So let's leave it at that. Although we have committed to having, no, we have not really. We are not keeping or maintaining any output. It's not an output, it's a modeling node rather. So this is now sorted. Do you want to export anything? Not yet. Okay, there is no need for us to add any other nodes. We can add, let us add distinct node here. What can we edit here? The key fields grouping. Let us take 52-week low and 52-week high. Okay. We are not selecting any field, but let us select a field that is pertaining to price only. So apply OK. Yes, I click OK here. And let us go on the modeling nodes. Yeah, we have multi-perceptron, multi-layer perceptron AS. Connecting this with multi-layer perceptron, right click and I click edit. What's the target that we want to set? Let's see if we can perform any analysis on the sector. Okay, click apply and I click OK. So this is what we have prepared so far, and now we'll also work on the graphs. So what do I intend to do with the graph? I intend to multi-plot to display this data in two-dimensional multi-plot. So I'm selecting a multi-plot here, connecting it here. Let's edit it. So what do you want to have on the X field and on the Y field? On the X field, I'll have just the sector. And on the Y field, I'll have 52-week lows. So apply and I click OK. And panel will retain sector. Animation will retain sector. Appearance. What's the title that we want to put here? High low analysis. 52-week high low analysis. Sector or sectors. Output will be on the screen, of course. We leave annotations. Let's apply and I click OK. So this is what all we have prepared so far. Fine. So let us run each of these individually. Okay. So let us run this. Let us run this section first. So let's right click on this and see what comes out of it. Right click and I click run selection. Okay. Fail to create file. This is fail to open or create this file. Okay. Why did that happen? Let's come back here. Let's select here on financials XLSX. Click open. Click filters are here. Let us return the filters and the types. It's not going to be a problem. Click apply and I click OK. Now let's see if this is going to run. Right click and I click run selection. Yes. So now it's running the node that we are seeing here. The only concern again here is pertaining to the time factor. We still have about 30 minutes for this. We were supposed to enable the cache in all of these nodes, but we have missed out on that. Right, so it shows it's running this particular section as you see here. So it's running, so that's not a problem as such. Okay, now there were some issues that came up. AQ execution failed, whatever reasons that they have shown us. Job due to stage failure, most recent failure. So these are some of the errors that they have thrown up. They need to be looked into. So, but anyway, this is fine. I click OK, and I'm leaving this as that. Now, let us come and work on this. So let us enable the cache. So I'm right clicking on this. I'm enabling the cache here, enabling the cache here as well. Okay. And now I'm going to run this particular section. So now let us run this particular section. Right click and I click on run selection. Okay, no fields are still, yes, we may have missed out on the fields. Let's right click on this, click edit. Fine, so the first part is what we are working on: price earnings, price sales, and price book. So I'm selecting only these 4 fields. I click apply and I click OK. Click apply. Correlations, fine, let's have the correlations here. Okay. Click apply and I click OK.